by Covert Muffin for our next matchup here. We got Vennguard versus This Is Not Sully. What's up, Muffin? How are you feeling today?
Oh, Hobbs, dude, I'm feeling so good. I'm really excited for this matchup because this is going to be Vennguard's first match of the tournament and Sully's second match.
Yeah, so we're not necessarily looking at, the closest of matchups here. There is a bit of a PB disparity between these two, as you can see on the screen. But Vennguard, as Muffin, you just pointed out, has not had a match yet in this tournament. And I believe this is his first tournament match for any speedrun ever.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Both of our runners are recent additions to Ori and the Blind Forest. Venn actually picked the game up after watching the Oreo performance a year ago. However, has just been learning it and threw up some PBs in the past couple weeks. And he actually just PB'd a couple of hours ago in preparation for this. So we might see something big out of Vennguard. And I'm sure with Sully having a 4-minute PB ahead of his current best race time is going to be trying to improve that, as well as pull a victory for him in this group stage.
And a victory will surely help him. We can take a look at, what he's going to be doing to try to assure that victory. He's going to be going for an additional trick that Vennguard is not, Fast Stompless, as you can see there. We've been seeing that from a lot of our runners this tournament. And also, he's not taking near as much health as Venn.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like Sully's only going to be grabbing the Glades and the Spider Sack area, so he's going to be going up for a quick 5 HP, but Vennguard is also going to be picking up those two, and the Blackroot Burrows Teleporter, and the Horu Fields one. So I'm sure Sully will decide, and we'll get to see whether or not he's going to go for the 5 or 6 health final escape swim. But very excited to see that. But yeah, Sully's been also helping out with the commentary. He's a pretty funny guy, and his miscellaneous information, his screen name is This Is Not Sully, but he is indeed Sully. And he started learning after watching the AGDQ 4-way race. So he's been really tearing up this speedrun and improving at a fast rate, only having speedrun this for about a month. And that being...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and so Vennguard also is going to be having an exciting match today. And it looks like we're underway and we're about to get started as we see both runners. Sully is going to be on the left, and Venn is going to be on the right. And here we go. Let's see if they're going to be able to nail prologue skip. My goodness.
We'll see a perfect 3-second prologue skip from each of them, I'm sure. But for those of you who are just joining us by chance and have not caught the earlier matches from today, if you're ever curious about who's in the lead, well, hopefully we're doing our jobs properly and you'll know. But if not, you can see those first and second indicators below the streams, and as well as the skill wheels that will light up as the runners pick up each one, because we need all of those in this category.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The point of this category is to go around and collect all 11 skills around the map, and as we're heading down here, we're going to be heading to Sign. And so a lot of the race in this early sort of portion, the first couple of minutes, probably will be relatively close, and we shouldn't see too much of a differential between the runners. But seeing just how well they're going to be able to pace through this Frankie fight, as well as get past this Rhino, is going to see if we can get somebody with an early lead. And it looks like Venn is going to be slipping away by a split second.
Yeah, just the slightly better prologue skip, I think, there. Both runners actually opting for keyboard and mouse in this matchup, so no kind of input disparity there. We'll see if they both choose to use the scroll wheel to shoot these upcoming Frankies, or if they opt for some of the pacing out that we've been seeing from a lot of runners.
Yeah, for sure, because normally we can attack in sort of small groupings of 2 with a small cooldown. But wow, nice. Sully is going for the 1-shot into 2, and so with using that lower cooldown between the 2, it's going to be able to pace some extra. But ooh, just slight misstep there, missing one of the shots on the Frankie. Is going to have to go back, and Venn is going to be able to stay slightly ahead, having a slightly cleaner Frankie fight.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Sully actually got hit by one of the Frankies as well, so that could possibly affect him coming up here. Runners do want to take the damage for the upcoming Ghost Door as always, but it is very easy to take some unintentional damage from a slime, as we see from Venn on the right now.
Yeah, these spores, aka brambles up here, can deal 2 damage. So, ooh, yeah, no, just stopping right before that, and is going to get past that slime. Nicely done from Sully, as Venn is also going through the same area. Managing their health is going to cause a quicker Ghost Door, so we'll see in a bit how our runners are going to get through. But taking an intentional death after dropping the save, is going to be important, but Sully just getting a little stop there, took a damage boost from the slime, and Venn as well instead of the Quill, and so had to wait after killing the slime. But boom, nice Ghost Door from Sully on 1 HP entering the water is going to get to that 4th health cell, and nicely done from Venn as well.
Yeah, both runners opting for the 4th health here as per usual. And it was kind of weird. Sully actually got that extra energy drop. One of those small things that doesn't generally affect too much in the run, but it is always interesting when you get those extra little pickups from the enemies along the way. I think the thing that might be a little more interesting about that is it caused Sully to pick up some extra experience that I don't think he wanted. So we'll see if he kind of adapts coming in to the lower section going down to wall jump here, or if he accidentally maybe levels up a little too early because his experience is looking pretty high right now.
Yeah, and so there he just pulsed his UI to check his experience, and looks like a little high, but he is going to be picking up the 3, so he's probably going to go for this damage boost.
Oh, there it is. Unfortunately, took the extra experience. That's going to level him up early, so that does not cause, he does not need to force an intentional death or do a reload or anything like that, but he is going to have to take out all of these brambles on his way out, unlike Ven, who, as you see, just destroyed them all with the level up explosion. So some time for Ven to catch up pretty early on already.
Yeah, wow, and so they look just very, very close together right now, but Sully's going to have to pace through each one of those spores in order to get up, as well as the slime up there if it's still alive. And Ven, getting that really nice level up, is going to be able to pull very slightly ahead as they're heading to Blackroot Burrows. But now that we have some verticality, we're going to be heading up, grabbing our second energy cell, and making our way out.
That energy cell, of course, being important for the upcoming sequence break, but here we go. We'll be seeing just momentarily Sully's going to have to plink away at each of the brambles with using that scroll wheel shooting from what it looks like, and he actually did that pretty cleanly, so then not going to quite save as much time as he might have liked, but it is still something, of course.
Yeah, really nice adaptation from Sully as well. On the way down, he actually killed the slime, recognizing that he leveled up early as he was bouncing on the flower pad. So Sully really mitigating a lot of that time loss. That is a very, very nice play from him. And being able to get past those slimes, both of our runners, really nice. It's very easy to get caught up there in a bit of time.
Of course, Ven, his movement so far does not look like he's new to this game at all.
No.
Putting on a good showing and coming out a little bit cleaner out of the wall jump area. Now, both runners making their way back across Glades and going to be heading to Blackroot Burrows now.
Yeah, and so you're going to see an ability menu open up a little bit, and with some precise inputs, Sully's going to be able to carry that ability menu and move in the background, and then just level up an ability in order to save the game. And after crossing a cutscene trigger, that's going to allow us to skip it. So you're going to see this a lot throughout the run. It's very, very common. And yep, and so we see Sully going to be leveling up Quick Flame. Oh, that's actually interesting. So we're going to see some ability routing difference coming out of our runners as Sully picks up Quick Flame and Vennguard is going to be picking up Magnet.
Yeah, and that's interesting because ordinarily if you leveled up in an unusual location and you maybe had too much experience, the backup would be to level up Rekindle instead of Magnet. However, right. Sully going for Quick Flame tells us that he is almost certainly not going to be getting Magnet at all throughout the first half or so of this run. That's a pretty difficult trick that, for someone who has only been running this game since January, is really that's going to be interesting to see if he can pull that off successfully.
Right, and if you were not present during the earlier matches where we're sort of explaining all of this routing and such, the experience routing in the beginning is pretty tight. So Sully's not really going to have much room to pick up Magnet, as Hobbs mentioned, and this is going to make a really already pretty difficult sequence break in the run even more difficult. So Sully really showing off the grit to hold it.
Well, and luckily so far, neither runner having trouble with Blackroot Burrows. Again, just looking like veterans coming out here. And Sully even going for the cycle reload. Vennguard opted not to and actually managed to have a better cycle because of it. So just good on him to notice that his cyclists were going to line up well for him and take that lead back by just a tiny bit.
Yeah, nicely done from Ven as well, having slightly cleaner laser cycle, as Sully is going to wait a little bit longer to manipulate the platforms in the next room. So Ven's going to be able to make this slightly more aggressive platform cycle. He's going to eke out in a tiny bit of a lead. But don't worry, folks, there's still a lot of Ori left, and the further we progress in the game, the more insane the movement is going to get.
Oh no! With a slight hiccup there, just jumped a fraction too early, not quite able to catch the cycle. So that's going to cost him between 6 and 8 seconds, and Sully is going to be very happy to take that lead back.
Yeah, that aggressive platform cycle can really sort of tear away at you and be like, oh, maybe I do need to jump a little bit earlier, and Ven just slightly on the too early side and then gets punished for that. But Sully is going to be heading up now and lifting the darkness cutscene by leveling up an ability. So we're going to see exactly what he picks up here. Looks like.
No, he should be getting rekindle here. I can't imagine he'd be picking up magnet. Yeah, there it is. He's hovering over it now. So there we go. Sully picking up rekindle as he's going to need to traverse quite far down that utility version of the tree.
Oh no!
Didn't get the darkness cutscene skip and actually reloaded. Or no, there it is. That was interesting.
What?
Did he?
What happened? What?
I am not certain what happened there. But then on the other side, his screen has gone black. Is it possible that he crashed or softlocked? He's having to reload his game.
What? Oh no! What a weird. Okay, Blackroot Burrows. They had such clean Blackroot Burrows that the game's like, no, you cannot. And okay, nice. Ven did get the cutscene skip properly, so he's going to be progressing now into dash. That's unfortunate having to crash there, but Sully heading into Frankie Walk.
Yeah, that's really odd. I wonder if perhaps maybe he didn't crash, maybe accidentally selected exit game or something. But it could be. I am not certain. If it is a game crash, that of course is very unfortunate when the race is that close. But this could still change. As we mentioned, Sully has the edge coming into this matchup, but Ven has been impressing me very much throughout this early game.
Yeah, but here we go. So Sully, now not having Magnet, this is going to be really, really a lot more precise than you have to. Magnet draws experience closer more easily, so he's going to get the Frankie really close to the wall.
Oh, he fell down a bit too much and only could put 3 energy in the door, so he has to reload and try again. Ven taking that lead right back and is going to be manipulating his Frankie just a little bit there. Didn't like his position, but now Ven, of course, has the easier version of Frankie Walk at his disposal due to that Magnet.
Yeah, and so Ven, if he can get through Death Gauntlet after getting this Frankie Walk, he is going to be taking a slight lead ahead of Sully. And so here we go, he's going to kill the Frankie, open the door, but it's not over yet. He has to swim through this poison water and get out and dodge a Frankie. Gets the kill in the slime, he's going to go up, and he gets under the Frankie.
Again, if you told me that this man had a 47, I would not believe you, because this is just very, very excellent movement coming out of Ven here. And now with the energy cell in his hands, he should be able to drop a safety save here, and there it is. So no lead change for Ven coming for probably a while here.
All right, here's Sully's second attempt. He's going to kill the Frankie. Nice. Yeah, he gets close enough to the experience that time, picks up enough, going to get through. But that's right. Ooh, he's going to bait the Frankie into the water. Nice, he gets it clean and simple, even though that water is quite dirty. And he's going to go through and get towards that energy cell. And I'm sure he's going to place a safety save now, Hobbs.
Yeah, after a death like that, it's always the first thing on your mind. Let me please stop that from happening again. Vennguard on the right did not go for the early... Oh, wow, or we're wrong, and he's not dropping... There it is. Sully. Ooh, man, if he had taken just one extra hit earlier in the water, that could have been catastrophic, but he is now onwards, and I will see if he goes for the earlier grotto cycle here. He did attempt it,
Close.
So already making some improvements over the questionnaire responses that he answered at the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah, Ven takes a small death, but really nice placement on a safety save right before double jump tree, recognizing that he's probably not going to go for the point movement. Just drops that safety
save. That Frankie! Thank goodness that you are invincible during that cutscene, because that Frankie, he really just brought the entire set with him that time.
Oh, he's got a chair indeed. And Sully taking a small death is just going to have to get through these crushers again before he's going to set up for his own ghost door. And Vennguard now is going to show us off how proficient he is at double jump. And this movement section has a lot of room for optimization. So I'm excited to see what Ven does, especially with grotto skip.
Yeah, and again, I wonder if maybe some of this earlier, the clean play in the early game that we're seeing out of him will continue on through the rest of the run. Even though he's, fairly new to the game, and this is his first speed run, he actually already has 75 attempts in this game. So that's quite a bit. And the first try grotto skip as well.
Wow, Ven is on fire here. He's just doing such a great job of just moving through these really difficult sections. First try Frankie Walk and Death Gauntlet. First try grotto skip. This is some insane pace we're seeing.
Definitely, with that early crash or game reload or whatever it was, not letting it get to him, almost maybe letting it fuel him here, having the adrenaline push him forwards and forwards through this run. He'll be picking up Water Vein soon. Sully, though, we're going to see how he does at grotto skip. He has to compete against the first try here.
Yep, here we go. So he's going up. He's going to land in the notch. Oh, just slightly dipping out right before he hit the notch. Let's see if he's going to realign. Yep. Gets in position. Oh, that was close. He just bonks a little bit. And yeah, Sully's having a little bit of difficulty here, but he gets up there.
Looked to be about a 4th try, maybe 5th.
That's reasonable.
Not too bad, but certainly not going to close that gap for him anymore. Ven is not really giving a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, here we go. He accidentally takes a little bit of damage here, so if he takes a hit from the slime is going to cause him to take a death, but that's right. We save when we get Water Vein, so not too costly of a death, but if Sully's going to be able to get through that first try as he's having really clean vertical movement here, getting up to Water Vein, he's going to be able to close a little bit of that gap that Ven was able to open up in the beginning of the run.
All right, now Ven going to have to activate this upcoming teleporter for later. And then we'll be going to Ginso Tree. So Ginso Tree could be a bit of an equalizer here. It's generally, once you're kind of more comfortable with the game, is not the most costly of areas in many runs, but it certainly can be early on. Lots of places to fall and lots of optional safety saves that if you're not used to making them, can really be costly.
Yeah, for sure, and especially like grabbing this waypoint with like these spinning crushers just all going around, as Ven is going to be approaching that. That can be a little bit spooky, but you're absolutely right. It's just a nice sequence of double jumping, and if the more comfortable you are with it, just the more fun it is to traverse through it. So I'm excited to see what our runners bring to the table and how they're going to get through. Ven's struggling a little bit getting up to this ability cell, but yep, just resets his position and gets back up. I like that decision making instead of trying to worm his way up there.
Very nice indeed. Going to be heading up to yet another teleporter. Oh, wow. Face plants right into the spinning arm. We'll have to see if he can dodge the next one. He does, and he's through there. He is sitting on, I believe, 2 health at the moment and opts not for the safety save. So with neither of these runners watching each other, I'm almost surprised to see these kinds of decisions coming out. Oh, Vennguard is unfortunately going to lose his life to the slime, and that's going to give Sully the lead.
Yeah, not saving on that waypoint caused him to have such low health trying to get past that slime, and one tiny little slip up, double jumping out of that a little bit too early, caused instant death for him. But no worries, that wasn't too costly, and so Ven is going to continue on way with this pace that he has established for himself. I'm sure he must be close to the pace, right?
And that's certainly one of the kind of earlier pitfalls that you can fall in when a newer runner taking any of the damage boosts they're each very specific. You know, each damage boost in this game is kind of different from the last, and certainly takes a lot of practice. Ven also not quite pulling the rock out far enough here. Oh, and needs to dodge those spinning arms, this time trying to make sure he takes no damage whatsoever.
Yeah, and so on the left, we're seeing Sully go for something known as telehops, refreshing her double jump, going through this, and at precise times, he gets up there after a little bit of effort, and that doesn't save too much time because it took him a little bit to reset, but being able to get up there and commit to that trick is showing off just how gusto Sully is, as he takes a little bit of damage from a slime.
Great job from Sully, and hopefully he'll drop a safety save, I'd imagine, but looks like not. Ven did get past the slime boss this time by first killing him instead of trying to bother with the damage boost through. Excellent decision there. Didn't want it to be sent all the way back to his previous save again.
Yeah, and so upcoming here, after this sort of puzzle room Sully is in right now, he's going to be coming up to the mini-boss with a nice color code, getting a nice purple color in the green dungeon. But that being said, we saw some really impressive pacing out of him in that Frankie fight with just a tiny little slight misstep. So we're going to see if he's going to actually go for a really fast boss kill here. But no, he just has quick flame, so he's going to be able to get the guaranteed 4 cycle. What am I talking about?
This is the reasoning for leveling up quick flame back before Black Root Burrows. He should be able to get a really nice kill for himself, and there it is. That scroll wheel shooting on top of Quick Flame just makes quick work of that mini boss. Now he'll be progressing on to Bash shortly. Ven, dropping a nice safety save, has had a clean entry into Ginso so far.
Wow, nicely done from Ven. Any one of those deaths can really rattle you, especially in a tournament setting, but Ven just recovering so quickly and then just having really clean movement and execution going through those beginning rooms of Ginso Tree. Those can be extremely unforgiving too, but oh, Sully, just a slight miscalculation on his health. He's going to be trying to do a really standard damage boost, but with only 2 health, you just die instead of going down to 1, and so is going to have to try that again, but picks up his safety health in order to be able to do this now.
And for only being 2 rooms away, that's actually a surprisingly costly death due to those keystones that you have to pick up. But this time he should be good, and now he's sitting on 1 health intentionally for this upcoming Ghost Door. And yes, it looks like he'll be fine. Vennguard,
Nice.
meanwhile, on the right, taking care of the mini-boss without Quick Flame. So it's going to take him quite a bit longer, but he does also have that ability to shoot at very quickly with the scroll wheel and shouldn't take too long for himself.
Yeah, nicely done. And so upcoming here, it's going to be very interesting to see how Sully works through this section, because if he's able to pick up a certain cycle of shots, he's going to be able to do it a little faster. It looks like he is going to get up to the orb and be able to destroy. Wasn't sure if he was going to go for a double bash there, but it doesn't look like so. But yep, just going to be following along this shot. Nice execution as he's cutting up.
Vennguard, meanwhile, taking his crack, excuse me, at the area that Sully had some problems with in just a moment. I believe his health is looking good after that save, so he may not go for the Ghost Door. In fact, he won't be able to go for the Ghost Door coming up to bash. But the save is indeed the worthy choice, because he makes quick use of it there with that death, and this time he should be nice and solid through to bash.
Wow, nice recovery from Ven as he's heading into bash, and Sully was able to get a successful key dupe, it looks like. And it looks like our runners have about a 1 minute delta, but that's not too surprising, as Sully's PB is about 10 minutes ahead of Ven. Ooh, costs us a really uncharacteristic death here from Sully. That's okay, he's just going to have to head back up, and I believe he did rekindle after the key dupe, so those 3 keys are still in his inventory.
Yeah, that really hope he did. Okay, yes, he's picking up all 4 keys this time around, so he certainly did do that rekindle. It can be one of those things that sometimes can be a little frustrating to get off, so occasionally runners will just ignore it, but neither runner, I would imagine, is going to do that in this case, as Vennguard's going to come up to his opportunity soon.
Yep. Ooh, yeah, slight miss there on the footwork of Sully. That's okay, he's just going to be using an alternate method, and double bashes up. That with using a 1-frame trick to recorrect his position. Nicely done. And then showing off another double bash for swag.
But of course he's... Oh, Vennguard actually taking a death before his first opportunity at key dupe. He actually does know this damage boost up the wall. He did it successfully the first time, opts not for it there. But he just had a little trouble. I think didn't have his health exactly where he expected for the first key dupe. But now we'll see how he takes his attempt at this. He's going to opt to walk slowly into the death plane here, and looks good to me. He should be able to rekindle his save as well. There it is, and
yeah, nice.
He'll be safe as Sully is moving on to an important trick.
Yeah, he's going to do some blind movement here after entering a cutscene by saving, walking over the cutscene trigger, and then saving again, then reloading the save is going to cause this cutscene to play, but the camera's not going to be on Ori, so Sully's going to do some really precise dashes here. If you're going to see the screen flash red if he takes any damage during this blind movement. But no, he's able to get through, and he's going to do his attempts. Let's see if he safety saves. Yeah, nice, right before going for this really difficult swamp entry.
Yeah, and precise series of bashes here to plop that frog up on the log and into the spikes, where of course he's perfectly nice and comfortable at home. Going to be waiting on another shot here as he picks up the ability cell. Unfortunately, not exactly placing that shot where he wanted. This one looks pretty good. He's going to do the double bash method, and it looks like he's through on his second attempt there. Great job from Sully.
Yeah, nicely done from Sully too. Just when he got the shot there, just getting that double bash first try was really great to see. And then just going to be opening this door a little bit faster by saving and reloading, but doesn't get a hyper speed. That's okay. He's still going to be making his way to Stomp Tree, as Vennguard is now going to try his hand at the blind movement as well as swamp entry.
Yeah, we'll see if he does go for this blind movement. This is something that only saves you about a second or so, and he is indeed going for it. So even though he doesn't go for the blind movement back at double jump, he opts for it in this specific scenario, so maybe showing where he's practiced more in the game.
Yeah, that's really exciting to see, because as Ven hasn't been running too much over the past while, it's still really exciting to see him keep up with the meta and try to go for this alternate route. That is still a pretty recent development. It's only been out for a couple months, and
not quite going to use the first frog. He'll have to respawn him and try again, and that frog, unlike Ori, will instantly die to the poison water. We'll see if he can do it on this attempt. Not quite. This is certainly one of the hardest tricks to learn when you're just starting out with this game. And ooh, Sully showing off the other harder trick to do with this frog, which is to get this ability cell coming up.
Yeah, that's a really tricky slip up, and ooh, yep, okay. The frog didn't drop too low, and he's going to be able to go for it. There's like a safety bash where you can just bash the frog up and then jump up and bash over, but Sully just really showing off how comfortable he is with the difficult strats. He's going to be trying to skip a cutscene, and wow, nice swamp entry also from Vennguard over on the right, using a different method.
Yeah, opting not for double bashes. Ooh, Sully skipping right by the cutscene. Nice job from him. Then not going for the double bashes there, so even though he is a keyboard and mouse runner, he's opting not for those frame perfect tricks, and instead going with the tried and true kind of a controller method, as we like to call it. And he does get through there pretty quickly, so not too bad.
Yeah, nicely done. So as Ven's going to be heading up the stomp, Sully is going to try and get over a spike pit of instant death. And yep, he gets up there, but the shot was a little bit to the left, so he can't do a damage boost through the spikes, but that's okay. And oh, that saves a little too far away, so he's just going to have to watch the small cutscene. A little bit of time loss, but Sully is still in the lead as we're heading into the 23-minute mark, and Sully's going to be picking up C.
Yeah, Charge Flame going to not help him out too much, but will unlock Charge Dash, of course. Vennguard has now picked up Stomp, so he's just one skill tree behind, and will be making his way over to the ability cell that we saw Sully take a couple attempts at earlier. Sully going for the longer save anywhere here, which just means a little bit more blind movement, but can actually sometimes seem as the kind of easier method for some people. Always certainly personal preference.
Yeah, for sure. And the nice thing is that you can just sort of count out your dashes, but wow, nice. And nailing that dash glide first try to get further past the waypoint. So he's not going to have to walk through this weird slowdown zone. He's going to be able to walk at max speed just to begin with as he goes through and collects the next ability cell and heads towards the left side of the map.
I mean, Sully's rate of improvement has completely impressed most of us here, I would say. He's already improved his personal best by over 4 minutes since the tournament began just over 2 weeks ago. So what an improvement. Ven, of course, is hoping to get one here. Not quite going to save the time from Kuro cutscene skip there, but he just decides to watch the Angry Bird and will be continuing to grab his 5th energy cell soon.
Yeah, I like that decision. You can quit and reload in order to get another attempt at it, but if you miss it that second time, then you end up losing time over just watching the cutscene to begin with. So nicely done from Vennguard, just saying, you know what, I'm just going to watch this cutscene and not go for it again. Ooh, yeah, Ven's going to be passing past the 5th health cell, so saving a little bit of time there, but oh, that's a scary double jump, and oh no!
Not quite able to get across the pit. Those spikes will kill you at any amount of health, even if you've picked up every cell in the game. Now Sully taking his attempt at fast Stompless on the left. The shot looked okay, but we'll see if it actually indeed hits the rocks as he picks up the ability cell now, and there it is.
Nice.
Excellent job from Sully.
Wow, nicely done from Sully as, ooh, Ven is going to fall in poison water. Is he going to get out? Yes, he does. All right, so he's going to go for this next attempt at the 5th health cell. That looks a lot better. That double jump timing was a little spooky, but he gets over there. So now he's going to try.
Oh, wow, has to dodge the shot as well. And with no safety saves, Ven just continuing to carry his skill, or let his skill rather carry him through this. That save looked a bit far away, not quite going to be able to get the reload through this cutscene either. And Sully is going to be going into Sorrow after a quick safety save here.
Yeah, so taking a peek to the left side of your map, he's going to be pulling a frog over and then canceling out a charge dash to get a lot of height. And then we're going to see his attempts at one of the scarier tricks and bottleneck tricks, especially for a new runner, which is going to be Sorrow Bash.
And a good decision here to go ahead and make a safety save and use the kind of left side setup for it. That extra bit of time that it takes to grab the frog and do a rocket jump is not something that you want to deal with every time if you don't feel confident in getting a first try. Sorrow Bash and Sully certainly going for multiple attempts here. Ven trying rapidly to close the gap, but is going for a shorter save anywhere here, often considered a little bit slower.
Yeah, looks like the height is good for the birdie. He's going to be C-dash up, and nice, Sully gets into Sorrow, no problem, but woohoo. Let's see if Sully's going to end up taking any safety saves in here. Of course, being lower on energy is going to cause him to not be able to do more C-dashes, but if he doesn't place a safety save and takes a death, he's gonna have to do Sorrow Bash again and go all the way.
It looks like he might not be able to ghost door at the upcoming Keystone door, but we'll see. Oh man, the 5 health saving him, but only for a moment as he proceeds to his death anyways in the Sunship Sanctuary. This sanctuary is not providing any sanctuary this time. He takes another hit, but he is almost a little bit of careful movement there with the feather, and he actually did have an extra energy, so was able to ghost door, and he'll be grabbing charge jump. Now Ven, though, on the right side is actually over a minute ahead of his PB, close to 2 in fact, so is looking pretty good as he comes up to the fast stompless area, but I don't think we'll be seeing this trick for him.
Yeah, what a great early game from Ven, just being able to tackle all these really difficult movement sections, and then just a couple of deaths in the mid game hindered him a little bit, but he's still on a really sick pace. So let's see how he's going to be able to handle a lot of these bottleneck portions in the late game, because of course lots of things are going to be doing tons of damage, as Sully is going to be going for Terror Break, just doing a save and charge jumping to his death, and nice, he gets through. That was an intentional death.
And he will be grabbing Sunstone shortly. Ven has picked up his ability cell. We'll see if he decides to attempt the shot for fun here. But it looks like no. He's going to go with the tried and true method and stomp the rocks right on the bird's head, clobber him away, and pick up a feather.
Yeah, so this is nice too, because you actually get to see the portion that Sully was able to skip. He both no! That takes a death, dude, from the instant plane of death of Kuro. And so now he's just going to have to head back up, rewatch that small cutscene, and then head over and stomp the rocks.
This cutscene, of course, is why we do the fast stompless trick. Being able to avoid this cutscene and simultaneously picking up an ability cell while waiting for the shot to travel saves us quite a bit of time. Ven this time making sure there shall be no more of that cutscene. He drops the safety save, but he's looking pretty good anyways, and there it is. Nicely stomps on Kuro's head as Sully stomps his way out of sorrow.
Yeah, let's see if Sully's going to be able to get through this last little bit. Yeah, nice C-dash, stomp cancels, and then going to be doing a meteor kick in order to get down. That's just another canceled C-dash. But now, he's entering Misty Hobbs, and I heard this section has some of your favorite moves.
It does indeed, as those of you like Sully who watch the AGDQ run know. But Misty, of course, is not about the tricks, as Cleanfell likes to say. It's about the movement. And so far, the movement is looking great from Sully. I was not aware that he had already started implementing charge dash stomp cancels into his repertoire, and it's looking pretty good for him so far.
Yeah, nice pace here from Sully, just managing to get around all of these spikes. A lot of them deal 2 to 3 damage, and a lot of enemies do as well.
I want to bring your attention back, though, to Vennguard on the right side, because he's going for his Sorrow Bash attempt. He follows the same setup here as Sully did, and so far, if he can get a first try here, that would be amazing. But oh man, slides down the wall. He's now taken a bash off that bird that's going to put him at a little bit lower health. We'll see if that's the bird that he opts to use for most of the movement here. No, he goes for the left bird, and unfortunately throws him right into the spikes and follows him with Ori himself. So Ven not quite getting the first try there. Sully, though, is coming quickly out of Misty.
Yeah, so now that Sully has collected climb, he actually has to progress with the dungeon in order to finish it out. So we're not going to need to pick up the orb at the end of it because we don't go to Forlorn. But now, Ven, on the right-hand side, the bird is high enough. He C-dashes up and gets the final bash to get into Sorrow. And I'm sure Ven is also going to play it a bit safe and drop a save.
Only 2 attempts at that is very excellent for somebody who, again, is sitting here with a 47-minute time. I would not be surprised at a large PB possible at the end, or sorry, remaining possible through the end of this run. Ooh, not quite getting the frog shot that he wanted there. He's going to have to dump an extra energy to try again, and
unfortunately,
he's going to have to dump 1 more. We'll see if he grabs the extra crystal laying around. He's almost out of energy here. Soon, this will not be possible for him, and I would not expect him to know the very hard old vanilla backup. He finally does get it on that attempt. Going to have to grab the extra crystal, and I hope that he opts for the safety save up top instead of waiting on the ghost door. It would be what I expect, since we have seen him skip some ghost doors already in this run.
Yeah, and being low on energy, not quite being able to do the movement he wants to, but drops the safety save, so he's not going to be doing the ghost door, as Sully is now going to head up to the Misty mini-boss, and ooh, nice value save from Ven. Getting hit by the Sunship Sanctuary spikes, they are very unforgiving, as the sun is a quite awesome force. Oh my goodness. Yep.
I see we're in agreement about the naming of this particular area, so that's great. Unfortunately, the area is not giving Sanctuary to Ven, as it didn't to Sully either. Sully, of course, though, had a great mini-boss kill and is going to be quickly going back to Blackroot Burrows to pick up his final skill.
Yeah, nice boss kill from Sully, as he's doing more crazy C-dashes in order to get out. Ooh, just wasn't able to cancel that, so he's going to be short by 1 energy. And yep, he's going to get over to the waypoint fine, as Ven is now heading over to Charge Jump Tree.
Now, Sully is sitting on 2 energy, and he actually needs 1 full energy point for 2 safety, or not safety saves, but rather for 2 saves for speed coming up. So we'll see if he accidentally dumps any energy here. He didn't decide to save and get it refilled. Hopefully he keeps this under control and does not actually run out of energy and has to watch a cutscene.
Oh yeah, that would be quite unfortunate. And now, Sully just took an intentional death there. He's going to head over. Let's see if he's able to tackle these laser cycles as Ven is now trying to make his way over to Charge Jump Tree. Yeah, he's just probably going to set up a save and do a Terror Break over there. And wow, nice. Sully makes it through the lasers and now is going to be collecting the final skill of the run for him, which is Grenade, before he heads over to Mount Boru.
Yeah, and unfortunately, as Sully took the intentional death, Ven has taken several unintentional deaths. Not going to save him time here, but again, he does have some leeway to work with from his PB. Hopefully he can keep that going, but he needs to get through this soon. And oh man, just this is some of the hardest movement to learn when you're beginning the game, just due to the fact that these will kill you at any health. They will kill you at 4 health or less, which Ven clearly has at the moment.
Yeah, and Sully showing off some swag, doing a grenade jump, which is a 1-frame trick in order to get out of there. Nice swag from Sully. Slight misstep on the rocket jump there, but still being able to get up and not take a death from the laser. So he's going to be progressing through, collecting 1 more health cell, I imagine, as he's on 5, and this one doesn't really cost too much time before heading over to Mount Boru.
He tried to take the top route over to this health cell, but he ended up having to fall back on the bottom route when he couldn't quite make the wall jump. So great catch from Sully. Ven has finally made it to his Terror Break and dodges a laser behind the screen there and will be making it up to Sunstone. He's still sitting on 1 ability point, so he should be fine for that cutscene skip. Sully, though, is quickly approaching Mount Horde.
Yeah, we're going to see what sort of time he's going to be able to clinch out in this run. His best race time was a 39, so if he's going to be able to improve on that, I'm sure he's going to walk away both happy with a victory, as it seems like he's very, very far in the head at this leg of the race. But also just improving that best race time will be a nice victory for him as well.
Also, these stomp cancels do not speak to me as someone who has just started this game in 2018. Oh, he's going for another grenade jump, and there it is, all the way over to the door. Excellent job. Another frame-perfect trick from Sully, and as he heads into one of the more important ones in the game.
Yeah, here we go. So door warp after Sully is going to be getting, nice, an automatic save from the game. He's going to quit out and try and press enter on the frame that he gets control of Ori. And so if he's going to be able to enter that, he's going to, nice, wrong warp.
Beautifully done. Sully going into the final escape. That's all that separates him from the victory here. I cannot believe that this guy is just started so recently. He must be putting in a lot of dedication into this run.
Yeah, that's so incredible to see. And now Ven also, nice, gets out of Sorrow. That section can be really, really spooky. And seeing him have trouble gliding around the spikes and earlier and just be able to have the grit to be able to do that just now is probably pretty big for Ven as he's heading into Misty and showcasing off some C dashes with getting the energy back. But now, Sully in the final escape.
And Sully is going to head quickly to the poison water. However, unlike most runners that have started the game this year, he's not going with 6 or more health into this final escape. He's actually going with only 5. So Sully, oh no, he does indeed have 6, actually. I have been lied to by my own brain, unfortunately. But he will be able to safely make it through the water then, I believe, and there it is. He's coming up to the final grenade jump now.
Yeah, nice rocket jump from Ven on the rise. He's continuing through Misty, and Sully nailing some really tricky grenade jumps earlier. I'm sure he's going to be no stranger to this one. Double jumping over to the wall and then setting up in a precise location. He gets it first try. Wow, 3 for 3
done. GG to Sully. Congrats on the victory. And wow, just all of his grenade jumps looking fantastic. Pretty much every frame perfect trick from Sully looking great in this run. Unbelievable performance. This is somebody who's going to be a force to be reckoned with coming into the bracket stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has so much time to save, especially missing Frankie Walk in the beginning and taking some deaths in the mid game. Guess what? He's going to absolutely destroy his PB, especially leading into bracket phase, I imagine. That being said, Ven slightly time is going to be coming up for Sully, but is able to recover. And now he's heading through this spooky spike section. Yeah, he gets through.
Narrowly hits a spike, but he actually managed to make it through. Sully, of course, finishing up. It looked like a 36-19 or so to me, but we'll get the final time for you guys in just a moment. That's going to be Sully's first win of the tournament, his first win in group stage. So 2 runs, 1 win, 1 loss, and Sully is looking to be in possibly the top half of his group, but at least hopefully not at the bottom.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Coming within a minute of his PB and then improving his best race time by about 3 minutes. Sully's definitely going to be walking away from this one happy with his performance.
And Ven might be as well because as unfortunately he has lost some time against his PB, but he is indeed still ahead, almost 10 seconds ahead of his PB at the point of climb. So if he doesn't take any too costly deaths in Misty here, he could potentially squeak one out. And so far, he's not opting for safety saves. Risky decision making from Ven here, but it looks like he's maneuvering pretty quickly.
Ooh. Yeah, just barely dodging some spikes there as he's going to be heading through, bashing off the Fernando. Oh, just barely getting over some more spikes, but
barely dodging as well.
Come on, Ben. Oh man, Ben, stop playing with my emotions, man. Get this energy and save.
Drop a save, and he.
Oh my God. Woo! Wow.
Very, very scary stuff from Ben there. He's going to still go for these rocket jumps and stuff. Again, Ben seems to know most of the movement when it comes to this game. Maybe just not as confident in all of it. And as we can see, the safety save working out in his favor there. But I'll be very excited to see how Ben progresses throughout this tournament and the rest of this run, because he knows what he needs to do in every place. It's just a matter of kind of getting that extra little practice to perform it all clean.
Yeah, I can't believe it, Hobbs. Just watching him work through this section, I just remember when I picked up the game, I struggled so hard, especially when I was around this time range as well. He's absolutely going to be somebody to watch as he progresses through. I mean, this is his first group stage match, as well as first ever tournament match, and he's just putting on quite the show for us today.
And he's still going to be finishing off these mini bosses. Not quite as quick as he would have liked, but oh man, taking some damage. He now is maybe one hit away, but he actually finished him off with the charge jump, so excellent job there. Picks up his level up for his troubles, and that's going to fully heal him and give him all that energy back, so he can place a save immediately, not even waiting till he gets out of Misty.
And with some flavor there, he's going to be turning himself into none other than Pikachu. This is definitely not your normal playthrough of Pokemon, Hobbs.
Oh, no, it's not indeed. I can't believe you managed to somehow sneak that into this broadcast. But anyways, anyway, and in a case where it made sense. But Ven, quickly working out of Misty, is heading over to Blackroot Burrows now to follow the footsteps of his competitor, Sully. And I believe once we finish this up, hopefully we'll be able to reach out to these guys for an interview, because I certainly love talking to new runners who have shown so much dedication into the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Ven now is going to be heading towards his final skill of the match, which is going to be Light Grenade Tree. And oh, yep, just going to have to walk through that slowdown zone. That can be really tricky to get through. And now is going to, going to be C-dashing off of these slimes. And ooh, only on one energy. This is going to be a little tricky because he has to drop a save here. And so being able to get up to Grenade, the easiest way to do that is spend an energy on C-dash. So we're going to see exactly how Ven decides to go through. Yeah, he's not going to be placing the save. Wow. So I'm guessing he's probably going to grab this 2 energy crystal here, just right next to the second laser. No, he's not.
No, but he might go for the backup over by the Bangling. We'll see if he is aware of it. Oh man, is he going to make it through this laser? He does. Yep. He might not have noticed that he's out of energy yet. Okay, he did just try to use some form of energy, so he knows now, and he does know where this backup energy is. So hopefully this is only 1 energy. If he accidentally dumps it here on a charge dash that doesn't hit the bird, then it could be costly, but he in fact did not, and will be progressing with a save anywhere into this cutscene. So no old-fashioned fathers here.
Yeah, great adaptation there from Ven. That can be so tricky, especially in a race setting, to be able to just clear your head and be really level-minded about your surroundings. Because like 99% of attempts, you'll just never have to take that energy. But Ven just knowing about it and going for the quick backup mitigated a lot of time loss. Nicely done.
Ven has now picked up his final skill. All that separates him from possibly a PB. He is now 45 seconds ahead of his PB. Is the movement back to Mount Horu, and of course that final escape with a few frame perfect tricks along the way. He's going to have to first wait on some laser cycles, I'd imagine, yes, and we'll see how his movement out here looks. Not quite opting for the rocket jumps that we see out of a lot of runners, which I think is a solid decision here, because those certainly do take a lot of practice to avoid dashing right into a laser.
Yeah, wow, nice. And Ven's reactions are on point, recognizing he was too low there and just deciding to go back to the left side of the wall in order to take another try in order to climb up. And now he is going to be heading towards Horu Fields and the final escape. The final escape, of course, requires a 1-frame trick to even gain access to, because we skip the entirety of Horu. But that being said, we're just going to see exactly what he's going to be able to pull out of his hat as he gets there.
And I'm hoping what he can pull is a second PB, because again, he got his previous PB by about 15 seconds or so earlier today.
Wow.
So to be able to grab 2 PBs in one day would be a feat that not many have accomplished. We'll see some excellent rocket jumps from him, not opting for some stomp cancels, which is probably the right decision here. Rather just dump that energy and pick up some extra. And now will be, I think, picking up the next health cell here, which will be his 7th health cell.
Yeah, skipping that health cell in Spider Cove and just making his way all the way through Sorrow and Misty with only 4 health is definitely going to opt for the 6th health cell. I really like this.
Oh, that's right. He did skip that. My apologies there. So, yeah, this is the 6th health and certainly the right call to make.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting over Lava Swim Skip, no problem, and is going to be progressing towards the final escape. No swag.
Oh, wow. Dodging the Bangling. Very close work, but Ben is now at the door, and he should get that autosave shortly, and then we'll hopefully see an early attempt at door warp for him.
Yeah, I'm sure Sully here is sending his positivity and energy towards Ven, as now he is going to be trying his attempts at door warp. Come on, Ven, you got this, man. 1 frame, 1 dream, 1 success. Let's go.
Very close. We'll see if he immediately gets it. Definitely lower than the tournament average. You certainly have to be if you're getting 1 attempt. And excellent job from Ben. So both are runners here, once again, showing off some expert level play in individual areas throughout the run. And I've been very impressed by both of them here.
Yeah, and guess what? He's a minute and a half ahead of his PB right now, and he still has a ton of time to save in a final escape compared to the PB he succeeded in today. So let's see. Come on, Ben, you got this, man. 1 more section, and then you're going to close out another one.
Of course, before he does that, he has to avoid taking any damage, narrowly dodging every single boulder, and if barely making it onto some of these platforms, he also has to dodge the lava pillar here. Looks like he's got a pretty good cycle, but if he takes any damage, he will not be able to make it through that final escape since he has only 6 health. We'll see how he's doing. Pretty well so far. He's taking it nice and easy, trying to make sure that he can get that time save over his PB and not take a death in this escape.
Yeah, recognizing that woodland creatures do not have a high tolerance for hot things and also poison water, he's going to be able to make it through there nice and quick. And he's going to be coming up here for the final 1 frame trick. Let's see if he's going to go for it. The grenade jump in. Yep, bashing up. Yeah, he's coming over to this wall, Hobbs. Let's see if he lines it up.
Lots of fire surrounds him, but he will not let that stop him. Determination fuels him even more than it does in Undertale. And Ven, trying to take an attempt here, cannot quite get this frame perfect. He's actually pressing both on the same frame at the moment, I believe, and he needs to press them with 1 frame of separation, both light grenade and charge jump. We'll see if he can make it. Not quite, but he's not wasting energy, so he can take as long at this as he needs. Ooh, that shot looks a little low, but he doesn't stop like he's through. Then, congratulations there. Should be a nice PB for him. So, wow, that was super close.
Yeah, that's really amazing. Ven, like, setting the stage for himself going into the rest of his matches in this group stage. He says, yeah, you know what? Like, this is my first tournament ever, but yeah, I'm just going to close out a huge PB on my first match. And he should be really excited about that.
We've got group match camaraderie happening in the SRL race lobby. Sully, following suit with us, says, too low, Ven, but then manages to see that he was wrong. Gives him the big old hearty congratulations and the virtual hug over the internet. Now, Ven...
Optimizations?
The hops from him, what his final time was, looks to be probably correct there, a 45:19. That's going to be a great PB from him. Pretty much, I think that's what, almost 2 minutes exactly? That was very close.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Like, what a great time. Also, just that early game from Ven was so insane to see. Like, he just nailed a ton of really difficult movement, like, first try. Getting through Death Gauntlet, first try. Getting through Grotto Skip, first try. Nailing that door warp at the end, first try. And getting through the final escape without taking a single death. What a performance from Ven and Sully.
Yeah, and you can never be too disappointed with a PB. A PB is a PB, no matter how small. And all right, I'm going to be pulling our runners in here for an interview. And so now we've got them with us, Sully and Vennguard. First of all, congratulations, Sully, on your victory. How did it feel to be able to take your first group match win in this tournament? And so now we've got them with us, Sully and Vennguard.
First of all, that was a lot of fun. Really surprised I got that time considering all the nonsense that went on in the early game, but I really felt pretty confident about my end game, so I think that kind of showed.
Yeah, that was really impressive, Sully. So we saw you just take an unfortunate reload at the Frankie Walk because you didn't pick up Magnet. Have you been practicing Quick Flame strats and Magnet lists from your start of speedrunning this game? Or is that just a recent addition for the tournament?
That's since the tournament. My first match, I didn't do that. And I think I probably started throwing that into my PB attempts maybe last week. It goes pretty smoothly. I really don't mess that up too often, but of course the tournament nerves get to me, especially in the early game, so I'm not actually surprised. I was debating taking a safety save at that well early, and kind of regretted not getting it, but you know, it happens.
That's okay. You got to show off the, you got to flex the muscles every now and then and show off the power of learning. And speaking of which, I am super impressed by your performance as well, Ven. Congratulations on the new PB. That's 2 in 1 day. Were you kind of expecting that going into this, or do you just think, I'm just going to play my best, we'll see what happens?
I mean, I've been kind of getting, a lot of my practice runs have just not been very good, so all I needed was just for most things to go right, and it was just a PB waiting to happen, so I didn't expect it, but...
I was particularly impressed, too, with a lot of your movement in the early game, because so much of it looked, if somebody had told me, hey, this guy's got a 47, I would have said that they were lying, because the first try grotto skip and just unbelievable movement everywhere. I was very impressed, and I'm excited to see where both of you guys go in the bracket, because I think that you guys have been improving at an unbelievable rate.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Muffin, any final questions for either our Victor or our Victor against his PB here?
You know what? I'm so impressed by you guys because you just like came out and made a performance. And even though there was like a 9-minute differential, both of you set really impressive race times. Are either of you going to be trying to sort of like push for a PB, or are you just going to try and increase your consistency overall to get through the rest of the stage?
That was pretty close to what my PB attempts look like right now. They're still pretty safe for the most part. I do take a lot of safety saves, and I think I'll probably continue doing that throughout the tournament, but there are some minor optimizations that I'm going to look to make because I do want to PB, but we'll see what happens.
Wow, well, nice. And Ven, how about for you?
Probably the biggest thing for me is consistency, because there's a lot of time I could be if I could save if I practice specific tricks or specific areas, but overall I just usually most of the time I lose is because I make dumb mistakes. So I just want to be more consistent.
All right, well, we'll look for that consistency and those strats to improve for you both throughout the tournament. Good luck, and that's going to be doing it for us on this broadcast today, folks. Up next on Speed Gaming 2, we've got the Super Metroid tournament. I believe that's actually the multi-category tournament, which is kind of interesting. So stick around if you want to see that. And we've got more Ori action coming at you tomorrow, starting with Sikinar and Sloters, going to be starting up at 2 p.m. Eastern. So thanks. I've been Jay Hobbs. Muffin, thanks for joining me as well.
Thank you, and I hope, and major shoutouts to the stats and all the people behind the crew. We have an amazing production this tournament, and it's only going to get better. Have a good night, everyone.
We'll see you next time.